Listen, I'm easy to find. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last episode of season 6, season ending, episode 26 of Big Nate Sports Talk podcast. We are talking about the Washington Nationals. Their opening day has been delayed by 3 hours due to weather. So, with this team, there's a couple things with the Washington Nationals. Obviously, we're now going into year 2 of the rebuild, as we are 2 years departed from the Washington Nationals winning a World Series championship. Now, couple things. Now, what was I believe it was the last day in July, and Max Scherzer, Trey Turner were traded to Los Angeles. Kyle Schwarber to Boston. I believe Daniel Hudson went to San Diego. I think it had to be a reality. The Nationals weren't going anywhere, and I do have some questions. Were we able to execute it? Last year, I would say, was the year we restarted the rebuild, but realistically, the Nationals realistically knew that they had to rebuild, and unlike Mike Elias was honest, and I'm giving him loyalty, and I'm doing the same thing for the Nationals. Mike Rizzo is honest, like, hey, we're not ready to compete. I do think that the Nationals are going to rebuild this team the right way. Now, I will say that they did not really make a lot of moves, and pretty much didn't make any moves at all in the free agency. So we had to ask ourselves: let's just like the Washington Mystics, is this a reset or a rebuild mode? When you gave up 8 players in return for 12 prospects. Now, realistically, looking at this national team, it just seems like they're at least a couple years away. Now, I look at their payroll. I think it went from like 183 to like almost 130. Now, we don't know what this means, but you've got Lane Thomas that could potentially start. Then you've got, because I know they got Cesar Hernandez. We got Cesar Hernandez. Luis Garcia could be a promotion. And there's Alcides Escobar. I think Anibal Sanchez I believe he's going to make the roster. Now, the biggest question that I think is on everybody's mind is what will happen with Juan Soto. I personally believe that he will stay. I would hope he would stay because he has. You're just really 2 years, 3 years actually, 2019 from winning a championship, and I do think that let's see what Davey Martinez's teams look like. His teams they're always competing. They always compete really well. I think the biggest thing is you just got to get the young guys ready to compete. That's the key. I look at they got Anibal Sanchez and Steve Shashik, but they're really just helping these guys as placeholders, helping the young guys out. So we do know that they need to address the starting and rotation in the bullpen depth. That needs to be the key. I think getting Nelson Cruz, I mean, you could probably get you about 25, 30 home runs. You don't know what Nelson Cruz you're going to get this year. But I think he's going to be a good pickup for them now that he's now universal DH in there. But realistically, if we're being honest, the Washington Nationals, this is what I think their lineup would look like. Lane Thomas, Alcides Escobar, Juan Soto, Nelson Cruz, Josh Bell, Cuthbert Maurice, Carter Bloom, Luis Gonzalez, and Victor Robles. Then your rotation would be Strasburg, Corbin, Josiah Gray, Anibal Sanchez, Joe Ross. I believe he's had a setback with his injury. I believe he tore his ACL. So you'll probably put Eric Fettel in there. He realistically, because with his ACL was an elbow. I know it was something where he's going to miss the start of the season. I believe it might be his elbow. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it's his elbow injury. It's an elbow injury for Joe Ross. But realistically, I think what he did was the right thing. And my only concern is they let Bryce Harper walk and they let Anthony Rizzo walk. I hate to see that for Juan Soto. The Nationals, until 2026, they have to pay Steven Strasburg and Patrick Corbin a whopping $258 million.
Good Lord, thank the good Lord I am on FCC airwaves. I thank the good Lord. It's hard to take, man. I don't understand it. I don't understand how these dudes put themselves in this situation. I truly do not understand it. That's the kindest way I can put it. I think to go any further than that, Skip, I might lose it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna lie to you.
Well, let me pick up the ball and try to not run with it, but walk with it.
Now, that's through 2026. But I'm going to keep you honest with you. Steven Strasburg practically has not pitched in 2 seasons. So I don't know what he's going to look like. Me personally, I was surprised they didn't let him walk. They didn't get something for him. Now, I do think getting Josiah Gray and Cuthbert Maurice were good pickups. But the biggest concern is Juan Soto. His agent, you all know who he is, Mr. Scott Burris. He's made it very clear. This is what Scott said. Juan didn't say this. Juan is not going to entertain a long-term deal with the Nationals unless they are competing. So he's like, if we're not going to win, I'm not staying. He leaves for free agency, not this year, not next year, but the following year, 2024. And I think you do have to keep him. I do think if you put in his ear, like, yo, man, you could be the guy to build around. And that's where I hate free agency, but also, too, I'm hoping that sometimes, look, you got a ring. You're just 2 years removed from it. You could be the guy we could build around. I don't think guys see that. They see championships and money. And obviously, I do think there's people, in my personal opinion, that probably look at like, man, you could get more. You could be in a better situation than Washington. But with that being said, I personally believe that the Washington Nationals can win 65 games.
Guaranteed.
That's where I'm at with the Nationals. They play the Mets. That should be good. That should be a good matchup. I do think New York's going to get 2 out of 3. I should have said Baltimore. I should have said with Baltimore, we're probably going to get 1 out of 3 against the Rays for the Orioles. But Washington will get 1 out of 3 of those games. So, let me know your thoughts on the Nationals and who you think they're going to be. Who are you looking forward to seeing for both teams? Who's your favorite, with your team, the team that you follow, who are you looking forward to see the most? Let me know your thoughts. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude season 6 of Big Nate Sports Talk podcast. I cannot believe that. 6 seasons. And we started this podcast last year? Last year? Yeah, we did. Started last year, and yeah, I guess I thank y'all for the support that you're giving me in this YouTube channel. Just again, this is my passion. I love sports. My dream, my goal, my focus is to be a sportscaster, working for ESPN or Fox Sports, TNT Sports. That's my goal. Masson, covering WNBA games, Wizard games. That's my goal. That's my career path that I want to shoot. My focus is in. I know there's going to be bumps along the way, but it's just, again, I said it earlier, push yourself, don't be afraid to take a risk on yourself, and be great. And you've got this. That's the mentality that we all have to we have to have. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go to bed. It is now 2:30 in the morning. I will see y'all in season 7. Peace out.
Listen, I'm easy to find. And listen, they can kiss my ass if they don't like it.